I've been away on holiday. Let's check out what I got up to and what games I picked up. Alright everyone, hope you are doing well. Thank you for pressing play once again. I'm the man they call Pixel Paul and I am on holiday. I am in Scarborough for the next 2 weeks. We usually come here every year. This year I think we've got really lucky because the weather is absolutely gorgeous. I'm here at the seaside today. So yeah, holiday video. Not going to do a long one like I did last year. I did a two video vlog last year. So if you want to see more of sort of Scarborough and our holiday, check out that video. But as always, while I'm here, I'll always do a little bit of game hunting, look for a few games. I usually do pretty well. We've got like 3 car boot sales. I'll probably go to 2 of them. Not all of them maybe. There's 2 CEX stores here. There's the gamepad in Scarborough as well. There is Timeless Toys in Filey. So I'll be having a look in all of those places for games. I usually do quite well when I'm here. This was last year's haul. So yeah, we'll see how we do this year. And hopefully this weather will stay nice as well. So let's do it. Let's have this holiday and let's see what games we can find. So I'm in Scarborough town centre now and I'm going to head to the notorious gamepad shop, which I've been in before loads of times. It's one of the most chaotic video game shops you can ever go in, so let's go and see what we can find today, if we can find anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Are these just all loads of people just sort of like bulk and stuff like that? Just set up here?
I collect, so I also throw the bulks, just
yeah, and stuff that's, yeah.
They're the most prices you can really buy one, so £3 and it's postage on
Yeah.
it.
There's full like.
So I've been into the gamepad and as always, absolute chaos in there. Didn't really pick anything up from it. So we're going to have a quick look in CEX now, see what I can find in CEX. Okay, so now I am going to head to car boot sale number 1. It's the first Wednesday of the holiday, midweek car boot sale. This one can be very hit and miss, mostly miss to be honest. There's not usually a great number of sort of sellers there, and I think I've only ever once sort of found somebody selling games at this, so I wasn't sure about whether I was going to go to it or not, but I've decided I will go to it. So we'll go and see. Let's go and see what we can find at this car boot sale. So once again, that is the car boot sale that Games forgot. Absolutely no games there whatsoever. I think that I might have seen an Xbox One game, which wasn't worth picking up. I rarely do well at this car boot sale, so we've continued the trend with this one. Another one on Sunday though, and the one on Sunday is absolutely massive. It's on the field across the way from here, and it's usually huge, and I have done all right at that one. So I'm going back to the holiday home, back to bed, I think.
Shall we walk down?
Yeah, 6, 7. Those from the Thank you kindly. Yeah, thanks. See you.
It's the Sunday car boot sale time. It's at Lebbeston car boot sale. It's right next to, there's like a circus that's on here every year. But yeah, I usually come to this when I come on holiday to Scarborough every year, and usually it's really good. It's a huge car boot sale. Probably just as many sellers here as like at the one that I usually go to at Bolton. So yeah, it's really big. I usually do all right. So let's go and have a look and see what we can find today.
It'd be nice because it's like I only got an iPhone a year ago. So great for a present when I have an Android. Okay, best thing to do in that is 15. Yeah.
Don't get that for South Brooks, so
No
I only get a couple of pound each on total, so
15. Yeah, no worries.
yeah, appreciate that.
No worries. I'll stick them out then. Excellent.
Cheers, thank you.
No worries. Have a good one. Thank you.
So yeah, that was the car boot sale. I know I didn't take a lot of footage. There wasn't loads of games there today, but there was one guy specifically who was selling off part of his collection, really reasonably priced as well. He gave me a couple of deals, he even gave me a freebie. So I've come away not, you know, I've come away with a decent stack there, so quite happy. Not spent too much either, not spent much at all actually. So yeah, really happy with that. Yeah, at the end of the video, at the end of the week, I'll show you what I picked up today. I'm not gonna lie, that was the best breakfast I've ever had. So we're on board the Endeavour, which is at Whitby, and it's kind of like a restaurant, and I've just had the best breakfast I think I've ever had. So yeah, it's a bit of a restaurant in Whitby. It would have been nice to have sat outside here, but it's a bit wet, as you can see. We've had a little bit of rain today. But yeah, really nice place, really good food. So worth a look if you're ever here. So this is my last night on holiday. I've got my last ice cream to eat. Had a really nice time, picked up some really good games actually, so really successful kind of game hunt while we've been here as well. But yeah, really enjoyed it, really good time, and yeah, love being here. So I'll show you what I picked up now, back home in the games room. And we're back home, back in the games room. Glad to be back, had a really good time. It was a really nice holiday. The whole family really enjoyed it. And yeah, weather was great, food was great, the company was great. Everything, just really enjoyed it. I didn't take quite as much footage of the sort of holiday this time. I did the same last year. I did it over a 2-video vlog. So I didn't take quite as much footage. I wanted to keep it a bit shorter this one. And that's what we're going to do, because I ended up with a big stack of games from various places, and I want to get through them and show you what I've picked up. I think I've picked up some really decent games, some good bargains, and one absolute stinker. But let's crack on, let's get into these games. Cheers everyone. Right, so I think first off what we'll do is we'll go into the games that I got from CEX. So these were from the CEX stores in Scarborough and the one in Bridlington. And to be honest, I think I paid overall about £3 cash because I had a voucher for CEX, which I took with me. So that voucher covered most of these. I can't remember which ones I got from which. I think, actually, if I move these around a little bit, those two I think were from Bridlington, and then the rest were all from the CEX in Scarborough, which I am going to give a bit of a shout out to, because we all know CEX can be quite hit and miss in terms of, you know, the stock, the ways that the stores are run, and sometimes the staff. And I've got to say, and I've been to this one a few times now, and it's been the same experience every time I've been to the Scarborough CEX, is the staff are really good at that store, and they do go above and beyond. And like the best example is this first game, which was in the glass cabinets, and the box was a little bit tatty. It's a little bit, it's not the worst I've seen, but it was a little bit worse for wear. But he got it from the cabinet, this guy, brought it round to me, showed it me, said, you know, the box is a bit battered, I can try and clean it up for you if you want. He said I can try and find you a replacement if you want. And I was like, well, to be honest, it's an easy-ish game to be able to replace the box for, as long as the disc is okay and the manual's all right, which he showed me both of those two as well. So yeah, just really helpful. And it's not the first time I've heard that about that store as well. I know Scott Massey, who is on Instagram, he goes to Scarborough quite often, and he said exactly the same thing about that Scarborough CEX. So if you are in the area, CEX is there, and it is worth a look, because they do have, you know, a lot of good stock. There's a couple of games which I did leave. I wouldn't have minded maybe getting that Abathor. Is it Abathor on the PS5? But it's a little bit cheaper on Amazon, I think. But I've heard good things about that game. And there was a couple others, but these were the games that I went for anyway. And the first one I picked up, and this was the pricey one. I got Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PlayStation 1. And it's a dual case version of this as well, which I love picking these types of games up. So yeah, Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PlayStation, £18 paid for that one, which is, for me, it's quite a bit that. But no, I was really happy with that. The disc is in really good condition. It's complete with the manual. There's the manual as well. But yeah, the big selling point for me was the fact that it came in the dual box. because I love the PlayStation dual box versions of games. So it needs a bit of a clean up the box, but you can pick up these dual case boxes from like charity shops. You know, you can pick up CD albums and they're easy to replace. So as long as the manual, the disc and the covers are okay, the box, I mean, it might clean up a little bit, but I'll be able to find a replacement for it anyway. But yeah, looking forward to giving this one a go, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I guess, I think a couple of videos ago I picked up Mortal Kombat on the Mega Drive. I was less than impressed with it, to be fair, because I'm not the world's biggest Mortal Kombat fan, but I am trying to get into this series. So I'm thinking this one is probably maybe a little bit more arcade-like in a way, so we'll see what that's like anyway. So yeah, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, PlayStation. I also picked up, now I got this one because I really enjoyed this game on the Nintendo Wii U, but I don't play the Wii U that much. But I saw it on PlayStation 3. Again, it's an £8 game this, but so it's a bit pricey perhaps. But I just fancied having it on the PlayStation as well. And that game is Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. I think there's a Switch 2 version of this coming out soon, I think. I might be wrong. I'm sure this is getting like a remaster or something like that at some point. So yeah, just fancied picking this one up again and giving it a go, because I did enjoy the Wii U version. This is also the limited edition version of it, so you can see it's got a slightly shiny cover, and it also has Metal Sonic, Out Bay Run, time trials and in-game stickers or something. So there's some extra gubbins in there as well. But yeah, decent game, that one. £8 paid for that. Happy with that. I also picked up this one. I didn't know this one existed. In fact, I didn't know the first game existed up until a month or two ago. And that game is Full Auto 2 Battle Lines. So I picked up Full Auto for the Xbox 360. I played it a little bit. Quite enjoyed it, to be fair. I didn't realise there was a second one. Never seen this one before. So for a £5, I thought, let's give that a go as well. I'm quite looking forward to giving that a go. It's just not quite racing. Well, it's sort of racing, but it's more of a carnage-based racing game in a way. So hopefully this is more of the same. Like I say, I quite enjoyed what I played of Full Auto on the Xbox 360. So yeah, we'll see what this one's like. Full Auto 2 Battle Lines. I also picked up this one. So this is Arcana Heart 3 Love Max. Something like that. So I've played Arcana Hearts 3 on the PlayStation 3. But I did find out about this Love Max version of it. I'm not quite sure what the difference is particularly. But again, I saw it in there, saw the anime kind of front cover to it, realised that it was Arcana Hearts. £5 paid for that. It's a decent little 2D sort of one-on-one beat 'em up, and I do like fighting games. So, and I remember quite enjoying that Arcana Hearts as well, that first version of this. So yeah, just thought for a £5, let's get that as well. Great artwork on the front. It's a bit of a weird one in a way. You play as, well, there's 23 different angels. Angels are your fighters. It's mainly a female-led fighting game. It also has like a reversible cover in there. So yeah, I just thought for a £5, let's get that as well. So those were the games that I got from Scarborough CEX, and then I got these two from the Bridlington CEX. So I picked up Bloodwake on the Xbox. That was £3. Never played this one before. I think this was a launch game for the Xbox. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a launch game for the Xbox. It looks kind of like some sort of sea-based racing game, but it's not. It's more of a I don't know, I'm trying to think of a game similar to it. I don't know, Destruction Derby almost, with weapons, that sort of thing, but on the sea. So it looks interesting, looks alright. For £3, I thought, you know, why not? Let's give that a go. Nice and complete as well. So yeah, I picked that one up. And then the last CEX purchase, I also got Racing on the PlayStation 2, £4. I think that's come down in price. I'm sure this was £6 or £7 whenever, at some point. But yeah, £4 paid for that. This is a bit of a more serious spin-off kind of game of the Ridge Racer series. I think it's more of a kind of, I think there is still arcade elements to it, but I think it's more of a kind of sim type racing game than the Ridge Racer games kind of usually are. I think there's a story mode in this as well. So Racing, don't know much about it because I've not played it before, but I do love my Ridge Racer games. Again, nice and complete and everything. So one thing I did notice with this is the manual for a PlayStation 2 manual. This is really chunky, and it's got one of those. It's not like a stapled instruction book. It's like quite a thick, chunky manual that for a PlayStation 2 instruction booklet. Interesting note there. But yeah, £4 paid for that. racing PlayStation 2. Let's move on to the car boot sale stuff then. So there were 3 car boot sales. I was going to do just the 2. I did end up going to all 3 in the end. So there's a midweek one, a Sunday one, and then we were there for 2 weeks. So there was another midweek car boot sale as well. The midweek car boot sales in Scarborough, well, technically it's called a place called Lebbeston, which is kind of in between Filey and Scarborough. The midweek ones are not usually that big, and the 2 that I went to weren't that big. The first one, there was more people there than maybe I'd seen before in other years when we've been on holiday there. But there was nothing there games wise. It was the Sunday car boot sale where I scored better, if you like. I think I picked games up from 3 different sellers, so there weren't loads of games there this time, but I think I'd done all right, to be fair. So I'll show you what I got. No, there were 4 sellers, sorry. So the first game I picked up, and this was on the Sunday, I got Until Dawn on the PlayStation 4. So I haven't got this. I've never played Until Dawn either. I thought it was about time I did. I paid, well, I think he had a few PlayStation 4 games, and this was the only one that he had that I'd not got. I think he was asking 2 for a tenner or £6 each. And he did this one for a £5 for me. So yeah, Until Dawn, really nice condition. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. There's a game receipt in there as well. I was looking at that. Someone paid £23 for that in 2020, I think it was, on the receipt. So yeah, Until Dawn, happy with that one. Looking forward to giving that a try, actually, because like I say, I've not played this one before. So yeah, happy to get a physical copy of that. I also picked up this one. This was a bit of a punt in a way. I kind of knew about this game, but I'd never heard reviews or played it before, so I just took a little bit of a punt on this one. Rune Viking Warlord on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, Viking Warlord. I paid £2 for this one. I think it's about £3 in CEX. I should say as well, Until Dawn, that's £10 in CEX at the moment, so I got that for a £5, so bit of a deal. But yeah, I think I paid £2 for that one, and it's about a £3 game in CEX. But yeah, nice and complete on it. Bit of a hack and slasher, I think, that one. Will I ever actually play it? Not sure, we'll see. So then the next few, in fact, let's do this one first. So I also got this one. This was £2, Nintendo DS Retro Atari, £2 on the DS. I thought that was a decent buy, and I was right. It's about a £5 price tag on it in CEX at the moment. So yeah, pick this one up. Asteroids, Missile Command, Centipede. What else is on there? Breakout, Lunar Lander, so all the usual sort of Atari games on there. There's not loads of games on it, but there's enough. And for £2, oh, there's 10 games on it. So for £2, £5 in CEX this is. I thought that was a bit of a bargain, that one, and I did give it a quick go as well. And yeah, it's all right. I do like Missile Command. That's one of my favourite Atari games. So yeah, £2 paid for that. And then the rest of these were all from the same seller. It was a guy, nice guy. I was sort of got quite chatting with him. I went back to him twice, and yeah, picked up a fair stack from him. Yeah, he was just selling his collection off. I thought his prices were really fair, actually. I thought he'd marked them up pretty well. And he actually, to be fair, I think was it the second time I went round, he actually gave me a couple of freebies as well, which I thought was quite good. So yeah, I'll go into the ones that I bought from him. I got Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe on the Xbox 360, and you can see there £5 paid for that. That is that an £8 game? I think I've written it down. Was it an £8 game, that one? Yeah, £8 game in CEX at the moment. So I've never played this one. Fancy giving it a go. Another Mortal Kombat game. I like the Injustice games as well, so whether it'll be sort of similar to that, I'm not sure. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments. I don't think people are as keen on this one as say the Mortal Kombat standard games or Injustice games, but I'm quite happy to give it a quick bash, see how it goes. But yeah, £5 paid for that. Quite happy with that to get that one finally. He had games sort of marked up, priced up like that one, and then he had a couple of trays with games, and he just said they were all £1. And like I said, I picked a few up, and each time he just sort of said, "Do you want to just take one from there?" As a freebie. So this was a bit of a freebie. I've got this already, Battlefield Bad Company 2, but this is the Ultimate Edition version of it. So it's a slightly different front cover, slightly different spine on it, but really good condition. I mean, it's barely been used. And Bad Company 2 is such a good game, such a good first-person shooter, and obviously Battlefield is back on the a lot of people's gaming habits at the moment. So it's nice to see that series, sort of make a bit of a comeback as well. So yeah, Battlefield Bad Company 2, basically got that for nothing, got that for free. I also got this one for free. This was another one he just said just choose something. Avatar, the game on Xbox 360. I've got this on PlayStation 3 already. I think I played this on PlayStation 3 back in the day actually. But I've never played the... Or did I play it on the... No, I think I played it on the Xbox 360 actually already. So it was the only other game that it was probably worth picking up. I'm not sure how much Avatar is worth in CEX, maybe £2 or £3. I didn't look at that one, but I think it's about £2 or £3. So again, to get it for free, not bad. He also had a couple of GameCube games, all of them £2. The only two that I didn't have, but I thought were worth picking up, Rocky on the GameCube, so £2 paid for that. I think that's a £4 game in CEX at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I've played this one before. I played it on PlayStation 2. And I've got Rocky Legends on PS2 as well. But this was the first Rocky game, and it's alright to be fair. Quite enjoyed it when I played it back then. So yeah, £2 for that. I think that's the only game I got out of all of this lot that didn't have a manual. Not to worry. So yeah, Rocky for £2. And I also picked up WWE Day of Reckoning on the GameCube. £2 paid for that one as well. That is a £6 game in CEX at the moment. I played WrestleMania 18 on the GameCube, which wasn't that great, but I never played Day of Reckoning, and a lot of people say this is really, really good. Quite sort of similar in some respects to No Mercy in WrestleMania 2000 and WCW, blah 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 on the N64. So yeah, I'll be looking to give this one a bit of a try, see what it's like. Very much centered around the sort of, well, I mean, you can tell from the front cover that the ruthless aggression area. So you've got Cena and Evolution around him there. So yeah, we'll see what this one's like. £2 pay for that. Happy with that one. You'll probably look at this one and think, why have you picked that up? Especially if you've been watching my channel for the last month or two, you'll be thinking, why have you picked that up when you are trying to play through the PlayStation 4 version? I know. It was £2 and I just thought, why not? Let's grab that as well. Dying Light on the Xbox One. I am still playing Dying Light on the PlayStation 4. Trying to get it finished. Really enjoying it though, to be fair. So I just thought for £2, Dying Light is a £4 game in CEX at the moment. So why not? This is like the full enhanced version though. It has the following in it as well. So, it's probably the more sort of complete version of it in a way, but I'm still playing through the PlayStation 4 version. Yes, I am still playing through that PlayStation 4 version. Still enjoying it though. So, yeah, £2 paid for that one. And then a couple of PlayStation 1 games. I've got Assault. I paid £3 for that one. Again, it's a game that I've seen around, but never really thought to pick it up. I don't know how much this is in CEX at the moment because I couldn't see a copy of it anywhere. But on eBay, it's about an £8 game, something like that maybe. But really nice condition. Box is great because we all know what PlayStation 1 boxes can be like. But manual's in really nice condition. Flip that round. Disc is in excellent condition. So yeah, £3. I thought I'll give that a quick go. It looks alright, to be fair. Bit of a, not platform shoot 'em up, but yeah, it's one of those. It's hard to tell what kind of game it is from the screenshots because they're not the most detailed screenshots, but it's just aliens, guns, that sort of thing. PlayStation 1. It's going to be fairly basic, I would imagine. But yeah, I'll see what it's like. Assault. Excuse me. And then I also picked up this one. Again, there's no price on this one, but it was £3 as well. Again, it kind of goes for... I couldn't see it on CEX's app again, but on eBay again, it sort of goes for about £8 to £10 sometimes, and it is the Die Hard trilogy. It is the classics front cover version of it, which, you know, paying £3 for it, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. I've been after getting this game for a while, but just never found a nice copy of it. I think I saw a copy of it in a charity shop for about £4, and there was no front cover, no instruction booklet. The bit disc looked like it had been chewed. So this is actually, again, you know, and from the spine, you can't tell that it's a classics version, can you? So, yeah, box is in really good condition. The cover's great, manual's great, and the disc is really good as well. So, you know, the guy really looked after his stuff. I'm really happy with that. £3 I think was a bit of a bargain. So yeah, that was all the CEX, car boot sale stuff that I picked up. I also did pick up this. I'll show you this quickly as well. It's one of those metal picture type things. This actually cost me a £5. I think this was the car boot sale in the second week, the midweek one. I'd not found anything, but saw this. Actually, the same guy was there for the 3 car boot sales, and I'd seen this and thought, on the last one, I thought, I'm going to grab one of these just because they look quite cool. I'm going to put it, so you can see there, I've got that Mario picture. I've got 2 Mario pictures here, but just the one on that side. So I'm going to put this one there. So I've got 4 or 2 on each side. So it just looks a bit more symmetrical. Helps me with my ADHD. Not that I have ADHD, but yeah, it'll just look better with that. So yeah, car boot sale stuff. Really happy with the car boots. Last up is the stuff from the indie stores. Now, going to Scarborough or around that area, there are 2 kind of indie type stores which I usually go to. One of them is not technically a game shop, but he sells games. The first one is the Gamepad in Scarborough. I took a little bit of footage of inside the shop. It's the most frustrating shop on the planet for games. It really is. The stock in there is incredible. There is so much stuff, so many games in that shop. But the shop itself is just not big enough to hold all the stock that the guy has got. It's just almost impossible to properly sort of browse through some of the games. I mean, you'll see there's a wall or, you know, a cabinet kind of full of PlayStation 1 games. I think it's about 3 deep, that. I think if you move the first lot away and started to pick ones out the second row, I think there's a row behind it. There are tons of games in there, but you just can't get to them. I mean, I picked out a few PlayStation 1 games from there, and you're just worried that the whole lot is going to come on top of you. There is some really good stuff in the glass cabinets in there as well. But unfortunately, because there's so much stuff on the floor, I mean, all of the Xbox 360 stuff was just piled up in bags and boxes on the floor. And if you wanted to get into the cabinets to ask or have a look at something, you know, see how much it was, you'd literally be having to rearrange the entire floor. And, you know, you've only got to get another couple of people in the store with you, and suddenly it just becomes an absolute nightmare in there. I mean, I didn't get to see the other side of the store, because there was just a guy in there with his girlfriend, and they're looking over Pokemon cards or something like that. So I couldn't get round there to look at like the more sort of retro stuff, the Mega Drive and the SNES stuff. And yeah, it's just, I've been before, and if you go in and it's only you can just about have a good browse around. And I'm sure there is tons of good stuff in there. I'm sure there is. But it's just not easy to properly look through everything, sadly. So I didn't pick anything up from the Gamepad. It is worth a look if you are in the area. It's worth a look, especially if you can get in and it's quiet. Just be prepared to struggle to see everything that's in there, because there's no other word for it. It's chaos in there. So the other store that I went to, which I usually go to as well, it's more of an old toys kind of shop. It's called Timeless Toys. It's in Filey. I go there pretty much every year, and it's usually the place where I pick up one kind of like treat game. The last few years I've bought like something boxed Nintendo from that store, usually like on the last day of the holiday when I know how much money I've sort of got left to spend. I usually treat myself to a game in there. Must admit this year there wasn't quite as much boxed Nintendo stuff, or certainly nothing that I didn't have, but there was a lot more Mega Drive stuff. And if you've been watching my channel for the last few months, you'll know that I've been on a big Mega Drive kick and Sega kick actually over the last few months. So actually the choice of Mega Drive games in there was pretty good, so I was quite happy. First of all though, some of the other pickups. So I did pick, and I did mention this before, I picked up one really duff game, and this is a duff game. It was priced up at £4, but I bought it with something else and he kind of rounded it down, so it meant I got this for about £2, I think it was. So £2 paid for this. I was quite happy to pay £4, and I got it basically because I know it's so bad. This is such a poor version of this game. I just wanted to try this version of it, just out of curiosity, just to see what it was like. And it's an unboxed cartridge of Pit Fighter on the Super Nintendo. I know, yes. It's supposedly absolutely dire, this game. One of the worst beat-em-ups on the SNES. Not the worst beat-em-up ever. Probably Rise of the Robots will give it a good go. I'd be surprised if it's worse than Rise of the Robots. Primal Rage, Clay Fighter. You know, there's stiff competition for the worst beat 'em up on the SNES. But from all accounts, this is up there with it. But yeah, I thought for £2, I'm just going to give it a go. Cartridge only. What have I got to lose? It does need a bit of a clean up. It's a bit grim looking. It'll clean up fairly nice. That. So yeah, £4 on there. I did buy it with something else, and he just rounded it down, and it just I think I got it for £2 or £3. So yeah, I just thought, why not? Let's give that a go. So Pit Fighter. Not expecting much from that one. And I saved the Mega Drive stuff to last. This is one that I went back, I think I went back 3 times to the store, and I wasn't sure if he was still going to have this one, but I'm really pleased that he did. Paid £10 for this, which is the same price as CEX, and it is the PlayStation 2 Limited Collector's Edition version of King Kong. It's a steelbook version, and this is in really good condition. Now, I've seen the steelbook for this quite often. I've seen it around quite a few times, but it's the same, you know, with some other steelbooks. Usually they're all rusted, but the copies I've seen have never had the slip case, and the slip case for this is really good. It needs a little bit of a clean, but in general it's in really good, complete, not broken condition. So I was really happy with that, the fact that it came with the slip case. But yeah, just there you can see, I think £10 paid for that. It's about the same price in CEX, I think. But yeah, it's actually a really nice looking gold steelbook as well. There possibly is a little bit of markage. I don't think it's rust, so it might even come off that on the front. But other than that, it's in really good condition. Not bent, not dinged anywhere. Yeah, really great condition. And fully complete as well. And when I say fully complete, game disc, great condition. It also came with the bonus DVD, which is good. Sometimes those sorts of things can be missing. Manual, but also the 3 limited edition art prints as well. So they were all in there too. So yeah, really happy with that one. King Kong, the game, is really good. It's one of those underrated, underappreciated gem of a game. Xbox 360 is the best version, but the PS2 version is fine, and that I think is a really nice edition of it as well. So really happy to add that one. Another steelbook, because you know I love a steelbook. Really happy with that one. Right, so moving on to the last 3. Like I said, he had quite a lot of Mega Drive stuff in there, and this one was this the first one? Can't remember. No, this was the first one. This was the first one that I picked up. Paid £15 for this. Again, about the same price in CEX at the moment. T2, the arcade game on the Sega Mega Drive. So yeah, I've not had this one, not played this one. I've got the Game Boy version, which isn't quite the same, is it? Let's be honest. But yeah, happy with that one. Nice and complete. absolutely immaculate condition, to be fair, as well. There's the cartridge and a really decent instruction booklet too. So, because these instruction booklets are really just Mega Drive, it's a bit of a gamble. Sometimes they can be great, sometimes they can be falling to pieces. Again, I've said it before, because of the way the boxes hold the instructions, they can be all over the place. But yeah, really happy with that one. T2, the arcade game. So yeah, paid £15 for that one. Possibly a bit pricey for what the game actually is, I don't know, but I think it is roughly about the same price in CEX. So yeah, I was happy with that one. T2, the arcade game. I also picked this one up to complete my collection of the Strike trilogy on the Mega Drive. So I finally got Jungle Strike. So I'd already got Desert, I'd already got Urban, I was just missing Jungle. Picked it up. £12 paid for that one. And again, absolutely immaculate condition, really good condition. The outer box possibly needs a little bit of a clean, probably because it's just been sat there for so long in that shop. But yeah, big chunky manual in that. I'm not going to pull it out, but it's in really good condition. And I do love the Strike games. Jungle Strike. Have I played Jungle Strike? I've played the other two. I don't think I've played Jungle Strike. I might have played it on the SNES actually. I think I did play it on the SNES. But the other Strike games, I haven't played Soviet Strike yet. I've got it on PlayStation. I haven't played Nuclear Strike because I haven't got that. I think that's the only Strike game I haven't got. And I've got and play and love Future Cop LAPD, which isn't technically a Strike game, but it was kind of going to be Future Strike, and it got turned into its own game in a way. But it is kind of sort of part of the Strike series a little bit, but not. But it's a great game anyway. But yeah, Jungle Strike, happy with that one. Another Mega Drive game added. And then the last one, you're going to look at this one and think, eh? And yeah, I don't blame you. This one, I saw this game in Timeless Toys last year. And I saw it and thought, oh, I didn't realise there was a Master System version of this. And I've said it already, Master System. I've picked up a Master System game, and I don't even own a Sega Master System yet. But he had this game in there last year, and I just thought to myself back then, if I do ever get a Master System, I'd love to get that game. And I kind of regretted, in a way, not picking it up then, just because I wasn't sure how rare it was or how often I would see it. But yeah, so it was on my mind, and I went back, and he still had it in there, unbelievably. So I had to grab it this time. I did. I just had to pick it up. And the game is Speedball on the Sega Master System. So this is my first Sega Master System game, but I don't have a console yet. But if you've been watching my channel for throughout probably this year, especially since sort of the Mega Drive kick has come in, you'll probably hear me say about possibly picking up a Sega Master System at some point, and I'm hoping getting this finally is going to be the kick. It's going to be the thing that makes me sort of think, right, now I need to go and get a console, and I will do. I'm going to see what I can find out there and possibly go to a few places and see if I can get a deal or something like that. So yeah, this would be my first Sega Master System game. Hopefully I will get the console not in the not too distant future. But yeah, Speedball. Why Speedball? Well, Speedball 2 was one of my favourite games. I absolutely love Speedball 2. Have it on the Mega Drive. That was the version I always played. Love it on that console. So I just always fancied playing Speedball because I'd never played the first one. So this is my chance to do it. But I just need to get a Master System console now, which yeah, I'm going to definitely try and do now. Love the cover art on this. Amazing cover art. Look at the artwork in the sort of metal ball as well there. That's really smart. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what this is like. Hopefully this will be my first Master System game that I have and I will play. I just got to get the console soon. So that was it. Those were the pickups from the holiday. I usually do pretty well when I go away to Scarborough and Filey. I usually do pick up quite a few games. I think I picked up possibly more last year. But yeah, I come away sort of under budget as well, which I was quite happy with. I think I've picked up some really decent games there. A couple that I've been after, a few sort of surprises. Yeah, I think that King Kong one's probably one of my favourite ones that I've picked up, just because of how good the condition of it is. I am looking forward to playing that in a way. But yeah, some of the others as well, Until Dawn. And I can't wait to get going with that as well and kickstarting my Master System collection. Where they're going to go, I do not know. And I say where they're going to go, you know, it's one game at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know how big a collection of Master System games I'll actually end up with, but it'll be interesting. I've always been an NES guy, so I've never had a Master System before, but it's an itch that I've been wanting to scratch for a while, and hopefully I will. So yeah, happy with the games that I picked up, really happy with the holiday, really a great time, yeah, if you've not had a holiday this year, make sure you go and have one. You might have missed the best weather now, but yeah, make sure you go and have one. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, you know, if you've been to any of those shops that I've been to, if you've ever been to the Gamepad in Scarborough, I'm sure some of you probably have. Let me know what you think of the store. I just find it really frustrating. Let me know any comments on any of those games that I've picked up. Again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Cheers, pause. What am I recording?